Hi everybody, it's Katrina from Soul to Soul here, and I haven't been on for a while doing videos, but I've decided that I'm going to come on every now and again and talk about things that I've seen with clients and with friends and stuff over the past while that COVID-19 has hopped in. So what I'd really like to talk about tonight is about emotions and how they impact us. And let's be honest, with what we're going through at the moment, there's a huge amount of emotions that people are dealing with that they mightn't necessarily deal with. And also, they might react differently to small things that are happening in their life that wouldn't normally upset them. But because they're under pressure, they react in ways that might surprise themselves. So I'd really like to talk about anger at the moment, because that's one of the things that came up in the last week or two with clients and with talking to people. So, what is anger? Anger is really the art of destroying yourself. So, what do I mean by that? Well, anger, let's be honest, anger, if we deal with it, if we can get angry over things that happen to us, and we might just blow up and let off steam and forget about the situation or forgive the situation and move on from it. But it's when we hold on to the anger and we don't work through it. And anger is an emotion that is actually hiding other emotions. So it could be resentment, bitterness, things that happened to us in the past that we've never dealt with, and we just hold on to the anger. And that can build up in our energy system. And if we hold on to it long enough without dealing with it, it can actually physically impact the body. So it's very important that we become aware of our reaction to situations that are making us angry, because it's not only affecting us, but it's also affecting others around us. So if we peel back what the anger is all about, sometimes you might find it's to do with something that happened many years ago in your life, but the feelings are still the same now. Say if somebody disrespected you years ago and you never dealt with that emotion, that if somebody disrespects you now in the present, you might just get very angry and react to that situation. But it's really the underlying feeling of not being seen and not being heard that's going on for you. So if we hold on to that emotion long enough and the anger, it can actually impact on our physical body. And what I've noticed over the years working with clients and stuff is that sometimes um, people would have issues with their gallbladder and their liver, because they haven't worked through their uh, anger issues. So if you're feeling angry and you find that you're responding very quickly, or you're getting angry very quickly over things that wouldn't normally upset you, maybe if you took 5 minutes out for yourself and just looked at what is the underlying feeling underneath the anger. Sometimes we're angry with ourselves because we don't create boundaries, and when people overstep the boundaries and we don't speak out, we get angry with ourselves. So it's about really looking at what is the underlying feeling that this anger brings up for you. And once you name it, then you can work on it. Um, Anger is really working like the forgive and forget. And that's really not about the other person. If someone else has upset us, forgiving and forgetting them is nothing about that person. It's really all about you, because at the end of the day, if we hold on to the anger, we're hurting ourselves. The person that hurt us or made us angry might have left our life, whatever, how many times ago, and we're still holding on to that hurt. We're still holding on to that feeling of being not being seen and not being heard, not being respected, not having boundaries in place. So if you can sit down and go, right, what is really going on for me? Why am I getting so angry? And perhaps even write a letter to either a person, if you can put a name on the person that's really upset you and hurt you, or just write a letter and write how you're feeling in the moment. Start with I feel. Don't judge what you're doing, just write it. Just let it flow. and see what comes up for you. A lot of the time we're surprised with what comes up for us in relation to emotions. So it's just a small tip in relation to dealing with your anger. If you feel that you're reacting instead of responding to people, and you're flying off the handle, bearing in mind that we're all under huge pressure at times with what's going on at the moment, be it either being too close to people or not being close enough to people, or feeling totally disconnected or lonely, or as I said, there's so much emotions going out there. So I just writing it down is just one way of helping you work through what you're feeling. And when you forgive, you're helping you move on. It has nothing to do with the person that's caused you this anger or this feeling. It's about moving you forward in your life on your journey so that you can feel better. Otherwise, it will eventually impact on your physical body, as I said, like your liver and your gallbladder. And that just takes that bit longer to clear because it's building up over a period of time. So it's really about stepping into our own power and going, if something's happening for us that doesn't make us feel safe or doesn't make us feel comfortable, or it's bringing up issues for us, that we look at it and go, what's going on here? What can I do about it? Remembering that we always have a choice, because sometimes when we're in a space that we feel angry, we don't feel we have a choice in certain situations. So it's just a quick tip, writing something down and looking at how you feel. And it doesn't take a long time. Just, you might have to go back a few years to figure out when you actually felt that feeling first. So it mightn't be the situation you find yourself in now. It might be something that happened to you previously and you felt the same. That same feeling of anger came up for you. So if you can bring it back and pare it back to see what it was that caused the anger in the first place, you can get a handle on what actually is really going on for you. And once you know what it is, then you can move forward. I hope that little tip helps a little bit. As I said, I work with emotions and helping people work through them through a lot of different types of therapies. And I hope you found that helpful. And I'm sure I'll hop in again soon and have a chat with you. In the meantime, please stay safe and stay happy. Take care.